Over the years, I've shown you so many different looks for hooded eyes. But what if you want to do an everyday no makeup look on your hooded eyes that lift and brighten it up? That's exactly what I'll be showing you today, and we'll be using only 3 eyeshadows. So if you're ready, let's begin. If you're new here, I'm going to be showing you an easy way to recognize hooded eyes. So what are hooded eyes? All you have to do is look straight in the mirror and try to look at your lid space. How much of your eyelid can you see? If your lids are hiding under some extra skin, which we call the hood, then you might have hooded eyes. Hooded eyes are normal, common, and they're in fact stunning. But when you apply eyeshadow over hooded eyes, they may hide under that extra skin or the hood, and you might not be able to see that eye look. So there are ways to dress every eye shape, including hooded eyes, and I'm going to be showing you one today. One of the ways you can experiment with colors and work on hooded eyes and to make it appear larger is to make enough space underneath your brows. And for that, let's push the brow hair as high as possible. I'm just using a spoolie here. And that already has expanded the space on my right eye as compared to my left. And now using the Brow Wiz Precision Eyebrow Pencil by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Graphite, I'm only going to fill in the sparse areas. You definitely don't want to overfill your brows because that's going to look heavy and weigh down on your lids. And as you can see, I'm not dragging my ends any lower than they are because we want to keep the eyebrows as high as possible. Even if your eyebrows are lower, try to push it as high as possible. The key here is to maximize the space underneath. Next, I'm going to be using a concealer. This is the Milani concealer, and I'm using the shade Warm Beige, which is 145, to clean up my lid space. And what do I mean by clean up? I'm going to even out the base. And believe it or not, that's going to make a huge difference. And usually with hooded eyes, we have creases on the lids. To make sure that the concealer doesn't settle in the crease line, use a powder to lightly set it. And the one that I'll be using today is from One Size. This is in the shade Translucent. And that evened out my skin tone underneath my brows as compared to my left eye, where I have 2 different shades of skin. It's lighter underneath my brows and it's deeper on my lids. So now we have a clean canvas to work with different eyeshadows. And also that crease line that you see on my left eye is barely visible on my right side now. Now let's start working on expanding this lid space. All you have to do is touch and feel your socket. You will feel that hollow in your socket bone, and that's where we will be creating a new crease. You can use any neutral palette for a no makeup look. I'm going to be using my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics. This is called the Boring Palette. And pick a shade from the palette that's a close match to your skin tone. It doesn't have to be exact, but just a close match. And for me, that's going to be Buff. You can pick it up directly with a blending brush and apply it at that socket area, but I'm going to be using an easier method today. This is a lash curler, and the one that I'm using is from Sally Hansen. I'm going to saturate the top portion of this lash curler with the shade Buff. And all I'm going to do now is stamp it at the socket. And that instantly creates that crease for me. All I have to do now is use the blending brush and soften it up. I'm going to layer a little bit more eyeshadow just to add more depth. And while I do this, I'm going to keep on blending to get a really soft crease. And as you can see, I'm using a smaller blending brush here because I want it to be very focused at the socket. If you use a bigger blending brush, it'll buff out more. Now here was my crease line before I created the new crease line at the socket, which means we have doubled the lid space. That lid space looks so much bigger for us to work with any eyeshadow over it. But again, we will stick to that really simplistic no makeup look today. To balance everything out, I'm going to use the same eyeshadow in my lower lash line using a small smudge brush. Here's a trick that you can use to make your lid space look more like a dome, and if it looks rounder, it looks bigger. Dip into a matte white or ivory shade. I'm going to dip into Halo. And I'm going to place it right in the center of the lid first, and then I'm going to blend out the edges. That creates almost an illusion of a bulge right in the center of the lid that gives that dome shape. And as you can see now, the lid has dimension. It looks bigger and rounder. Instead of a traditional eyeliner, I'm going to dip into a deeper brown shade called Depth, With a flat smudge brush, I'm going to simply stamp it in the very outer corner and join it to my lash line. You don't really need to put much effort. All you have to do is smudge it along your lash line and it'll look fantastic. It also elongates your eye. Just look at my eye as compared to my left eye. Looks so much more elongated and my left eye looks a little bit more droopy. Another fabulous trick to make your eyes appear bigger is to take a nude eye pencil and use it in the outer half of your lower waterline. And look how much bigger my right eye looks as opposed to my left one now. Here's an optional step. I'm using Halo again, the lighter eyeshadow, and I'm going to highlight my brow bones and inner corners. That is just to attract more light towards my eye. Now, because I'm teaching everything step by step, it seems longer, but this takes me less than 3 minutes. And when I zoom out in just a bit, you'll see how simple and how elegant and how no makeup it looks. To finish up, I'm going to curl my lashes. And instead of using a black mascara, I'm going to be using a brown mascara. This is the Fenty Hella Thick Volumizing Mascara, and I'm using the shade Let's Be Blunt. Now it looks very brown, but when you apply it on your lashes, it turns out to be the soft black. Not the regular harsh black, but just a nice natural soft black. And I like to apply it only to my tips because that gives a more natural look. And then I use a lash separator to just run it through my lashes so there's no clumps. That again makes the lashes look so natural, and just look at the length that gave me. And I'm going to very lightly coat my lower lashes as well. Now, this is optional. If you're not comfortable coating your lower lashes, you can totally skip this step. But I love to do it because it just makes the eyes look much more brighter and it gives you that doll-eyed look. And that is the finished look, my friends. Just look at the difference between the two eyes. My right side looks so much brighter, so much bigger, so much wider, so much elongated as compared to my left side, which looks droopy. I'm going to finish up my left side as well, and I'm going to be right back. I paired this look with the brand new Milani Keep It Full Glossy Lip Balm in the shade 140. It just gives that very healthy, natural plump to the lips. And here is the completed look. Just a simple, everyday, clean and fresh and youthful look. And those eyes. You know, there's not much going on there, but still looks so pretty. And that's how I dress my hooded eyes for no makeup days. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in comments if you're going to try this. And if you do, please don't forget to tag me. My socials are all listed in the description box right below this video, along with the products that I use. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye, guys.